Collinsville Cardinals. Leading off will be number 9.
Like a beacon on a hilltop, Collinsville breezes furrow the black and gold. Well, there will be a ticket punch today after the weather moved us to a day 3 of the regional tournament. The McAlester Buffaloes will resume play against the Collinsville Cardinals in the top half of the 5th inning. Let's go ahead and let's look at the lineups that we have for the McAlester Buffaloes. Not much changes between yesterday and today. By the way, before we do that, thank you for listening to McAlester Radio and our presentation of Collinsville versus McAlester in the regional championship here. McAlester needs to win 2 games. They had to come back from down 2-0 in this game to be able to force an if necessary game after this. If Collinsville hangs on to win, they will punch their ticket. So let's go ahead and let's look at our lineups that we have, starting off with the McAlester Buffaloes. It's the same lineups as yesterday. So we have Aiden Shumway. He's now going to be on the mound for McAlester. You have the shortstop number 2, Caden Lustnow. You have Gannon Mullins now at first base, batting 3rd. Behind the plate, catcher number 8, Braden Phillips, batting 5th, and he will be the person to bat first for the McAlester Buffaloes when they come up in the bottom of the 5th inning. Spencer Stinchcomb, batting 6th, the center fielder number 10, Ethan Watkins. Left fielder number 7, number 3, Jackson Lauerman. Batting 8th, the third baseman number 11, Gunnar Hodgel. And you have batting 9th, the right fielder number 5, Jordan Clark. So the only switch from yesterday to today in this game is to switch from first over to the mound and from mound over to first. For the Collinsville Cardinals, 1 through 9 will look like this. Second baseman number 3, Carson Duncan, batting first. Batting second, now the pitcher number 22, Maddoxon Onko. Batting third, the shortstop number 7, Bentley Brown. Batting cleanup, the catcher number 14, Colton Hollenbeck. Batting 5th and will be the first batter, actually. He's just 5th in the lineup. He'll be the first batter up here in the top of the 5th inning. Will be the third baseman number 9, Jonathan Badgewell. Batting 6th, the first baseman number 2, Talon Rush. Batting 7th, the DH number 16, Preston Willis. Willis, the DH now for the left fielder, Diego Rivera. Batting 8th, the right fielder number 12, Cal Schloman. Batting 9th, the center fielder number 13, Grady Smith. And since this is technically not a new game, we don't have a first pitch. We do have a pitching change, and that is brought to you by Jet Tire Service. They have been serving Pittsburgh County and beyond since 1962. They offer 18 major tire brands. So as we look around the diamond, we'll start off with the pitcher, the Aiden Shumway. The senior has a 1-1 record this year, 2 saves, has pitched in 22 2/3 innings, a 3.71 ERA, 22 strikeouts, 17 walks, and a 231 batting average against him. Around the diamond, you have now Mullins over at first base. You have Stinchcomb at second. You have Lustnow over at short, Hodgel at third, and the outfield Lauerman in left, Watkins in center, and Clark in right. And behind the plate today from McAlester, Braden Phillips. So we're just about ready to get going here. Back in Pat Colpett Field, Collinsville, Oklahoma. Now day 3 of the regional tournament. McAlester down to their final outs as they begin to resume this game from yesterday. Thank you for listening to McAlester Baseball again here on KNED. Buffaloes have to come back from down 2-0 to win this game. Now, the Storms actually kind of helped out McAlester a little bit because grooving was J.J. Burwell, and he's thrown 11 innings against McAlester in the last 2 seasons, only gave up 4 hits. He was only at 43 pitches, but since he was over the 35-pitch mark, he cannot pitch today, and neither can their starter J.T. Davis from Wednesday. He cannot pitch today either as he threw 76 pitches. So Collinsville does not have their 1 or 2 district starters available. They are going to go to their closer, Maddoxon Onko, to try to close out this victory. If McAlester can come back and win this game, the next game could be very interesting, and it would be a pretty crazy turn of events here as we get to the second game if McAlester can force it. But right now they have to come back from down 2-0. About to start off the top of the 5th inning. It'll be the third baseman, number 9, Jonathan Badgewell. So far in this game, he is 0 for 1 with a walk and a fly out to left field. First pitch time was actually yesterday at 5:56, so this will be the longest game time ever. Here's the first pitch from today, resuming play. Curveball, low inside, called strike 1, and it's baseball time once again here in Collinsville. That was at 11:53. Here's the windup from Shumway, and the next pitch. This one misses high with the fastball, ball 1. Let us know where you're listening from on Twitter at Buff Sports Radio. Again, that's Twitter at Buff Sports Radio, or you can let us know on Facebook at facebook.com/McAlester Radio. The 1-1 curveball misses inside to the righty Badgewell. And the count's now at 2-1. We have Brian tuning in once again, listening from Florida, saying, "Let's go Buffaloes." He actually reminded me of Buffalo Roll Call, so thank you, Brian. Here's a line drive over to center field from Badgewell. It's going to two-hop into the center fielder, Ethan Watkins. And coming back into play, the Cardinals had a lead-off base runner with a single. That's the fourth hit of the game for the Cardinals. Brings up Talon Rush, who's 0 for 2 in this game. Against McAlester on Wednesday, he went 1 for 3 with two RBIs, but the RBI single he had back on Wednesday won the game for the Cardinals. Walked off the Buffaloes 11-1 in 5 innings. Way in over at third base is Gunnar Hodgel. Showing bunt is Rush. He pulls back as the pitch misses up and outside for ball 1. Yeah, we had 2 lightning delays yesterday. The first one just kept us behind 30 minutes. It kind of moved on out. We were able to play 2 more innings. As Shumway looks over at first base, kicks and fires the pitch. Rush gets it down the first base line. It's a great bunt. Will it roll foul? It will. Rolls foul. It would have been an infield single, but it rolls foul. Runner will have to retreat back over to the first base side, and the count goes to 1-1 on Talon Rush. But they called it was still a weather delay at the time. By the time they did it after the 4th inning ended, because lightning was in the area, and then storms started to show up on the radar. We got the tarp on the field, and then I'd say about 30, 40 minutes later, here's the 1-1 pitch. Curveball hit off of the bat on the curveball. Looked like he might have hit the butt of it, and the count moves now to 1-2. After about 40 minutes into that delay, it was called that it was suspended, and the moment that we were walking out of the press box, that's when the rain started, and the thunder rolled pretty loud. Garth Brooks would be proud. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and this one's fouled off and out of play. Count still at 1-2. I'd say it stormed well into about 11 o'clock at least. Kind of was hanging around this area in Tulsa, north of Tulsa. 1-2 the count to the righty Rush. Shumway lifts the leg. Runner takes off for second. The pitch is fouled straight back, and having to come back over to first is Badgewell. So we'll recap if you can have a bad memory like me and you can remember what happened in the first half of this game. There's 1 run scored in the top of the first, 1 run scored in the top of the second. The Cardinals did that on 3 hits and no errors. Neither team has had an error yet. Buffaloes have 1 hit. The Cardinals now with 4 after the leadoff base hit by Jonathan Badgewell today. They'll pick off over to first and nothing doing. Buffaloes really good with runners in scoring position in the 3rd and 4th innings. Some great plays made by Jordan Clark, kept some more Cardinals off the board, and then back-to-back strikeouts. Also, I believe that was in the 3rd. Runner takes off for a second again on a high leg kick. So that one's fouled off again, and having to come back to first again is Badgewell. Count still 1-2. So I believe it was the 2nd and 4th innings that Jordan Clark made spectacular catches to kind of get McAlester out of trouble. I want to say, I can't remember. No, actually, it was the 2nd and 3rd. It was the 4th inning where the bases were loaded off a double and 2 straight walks, and then Gannon Mullins got a pair of strikeouts to end the inning and leave them loaded. Here's a ground ball at the middle, chance for a double play. It'll be thrown over to shortstop. Now he tags the back, flips to first, not in time. Great snag by the pitcher, Aiden Shumway, fired over to the shortstop, Caden Lesnow at the second base bag. He tagged the bag, and that'll be a force out. Rushing down the first base line to be able to beat out the throw. So it's a 1-6 fielder's choice, 1 down in the top half of the 5th inning. McAlester trailing 2-0 for Preston Willis. Willis is 0 for 1 in this one. He's walked and flown out to right field. He's now DHing for the, that's the left fielder, Diego Rivera. Pickoff over to first. Taking off for second quite a bit here has been Jonathan Badgewell. He took off, I believe, 3 times, and each time it was a foul ball. He didn't take off on that ground ball up the middle. But now this is Rush over at first base, so we did change base runners. Next pitch, curveball. Nice location. Just missed a little high. Ball 1. Infield in double play depth. Wind hardly blowing again. I don't think it's really blowing at all, actually. Here's the 1-0. We popped up and out of play, and the count's now at 1-1. When we got here today, there was a little bit of a breeze blowing towards, maybe a little bit in from right center field. Just kind of shifting between there and towards the left field foul pole. And now it's at a complete standstill. The American flag in dead center field. 1-0 the count. Lefty on righty, Shumway the southpaw. Looks at first a couple of times, slide steps, the pitch. Be popped up and out of play again. Count now moves to 1-2 on Talon Rush. Now Shumway's faced Collinsville already once this season, just a couple of games ago on Wednesday, but he stayed under his pitch count mark to be able to pitch today. Could have actually pitched yesterday too if the Buffaloes needed him. 1-2. That fastball off the slide step from Shumway misses high, and the count's now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Shumway did well. He pitched in 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, no runs. Pitched the second and third innings of that game on Wednesday where Collinsville beat the Buffs. Pickoff over to first, runner takes off. They got him if they can get it over to second in time. The throw is high, and he'll get underneath the tag. Throw is high to second base. And that will get Rush over to second on officially a stolen base. Count still 2-2, but now runner in scoring position for the Cardinals for Preston Willis. Shumway comes to a pause, takes a few looks over to second, and the pitch misses way up and outside, ball 3. To this point, again, we'll recap everything. Buffaloes have 1 hit, Cardinals have 4. Gannon Mullins struck out 4. J.J. Burwell struck out 5. Here's the 3-2 from Shumway. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him on the high outside fastball, and that'll be out number 2. 5th strikeout by the McAlester pitching staff matches what Burwell did yesterday. I think it was McAlester kind of adjusted. They started putting the ball in play a lot better once they got to about the 4th inning, 3rd inning actually. They struck out 4 out of their first 6 outs and only struck out 1 out of their next 6. McAllister's problem, though, they walked 7 batters so far in this game compared to the 1 from Burwell. Runner at second, 2 down. First pitch to Cal Schloman, misses outside, ball 1. Schloman is over 1. He's walked and grounded out to the second baseman, Stinchcomb. Schloman has walked 3 times in this series, including once to Aiden Shumway. The only walk he issued. Next pitch, fouled back, over the netting, strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Cal Schloman. Shumway comes set. Phillips sets up inside to Schloman. The 1-1 pitch. Popped up in the infield. Hodgel, can of corn. Makes the catch, and that'll be out number 3. Buffaloes leave him stranded over at second base. And now they'll come up to the plate for the first time in about, what is that? I'm trying to do math here, about 16 hours. It'll be Spencer Stinchcomb, who flew out to first base, Ethan Watkins, and Jackson Lauerman up for the Buffaloes 5-6-7 hole when we return here on KNED.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
At Fenton Nissan of McAlester, our commitment to service and customer satisfaction is still as strong today as it was in 1950. Over 60 years in the auto industry, and we still believe there is nothing better than best. The best product and the best deal. It's not about how many vehicles we can sell or service. It's about being passionate about customer service and helping others. We're willing to go that extra mile every time, and we love talking with people from all walks of life who have different interests, needs, and expectations. Come see us at 1441 South George Nye Expressway in McAlester.
Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub serves great breakfasts all day and juicy burgers too. Angel's Diner also serves brick oven pizza on Friday and Saturday nights from 5 p.m. to close. Angel's Steaks are certified Angus beef, and the pub offers beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, make it Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub. 1402 South George Knight Expressway, McAlester. Call 918-423-2633. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like us on Facebook.
Welcome back to Collinsville, Oklahoma. The McAlester Buffaloes trailing the Collinsville Cardinals 2-0. Both those runs scored in the first 2 innings. McAlester, like I said, going to be batting for the first time in about, like I said, 16 hours. They're taking on Spencer Stinchcomb, Ethan Watkins, and Jackson Lauerman. Spencer flew out to the first baseman. Watkins struck out, and Lauerman struck out. As Maddox and Onko in to pitch for the Cardinals. Let's look around the diamond for them. You have over at first base, Rush. Second base, Duncan. Shortstop, Brown. Third baseman, Badgewell. In the outfield, you have Rivera in left. Onko played center yesterday. He goes to the mound today. Smith moves from right over to center. Schloman has moved from left over to right. And the battery for the Cardinals today is Hollenbeck behind the plate and Maddox and Onko on the mound. So again, it's a 2-0 lead for Collinsville. They're trying to maintain it for 9 outs. If they can do that, they'll punch their 15th ticket to the state tournament. They have gone to the state tournament 5 times in a row. Not 5 years, but 5 times. Of course, 2020, no one went to the state tournament.
Leading out for the Buffaloes, the second baseman, number 1, Spencer Stinchcomb.
So Spencer Stinchcomb trying to start off something here for the Buffaloes. If you're listening on radio, McAllister's wearing their pinstripe jerseys today with the black numerals on the front and back. For the Cardinals, looks like navy blue jerseys with the white pants. Navy blue high socks for everyone on the team, and the red hats for the Cardinals. First pitch from Onko. Curveball right on the outside corner, strike 1. That's how the Buffaloes' bats begin. Stinchcomb in the regional tournament, just batting 182 right now, but he made a lot of contact against Grove. He just went 0 for 4, but hit it well each time. His fastball called strike on the outside corner. Count moves to 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to Stinchcomb. Setting up outsides, the catcher, Hollenbeck, the pitch. Curveball low and outside into the left-handed batter's box. Count moves now to 1-2. Overcast skies today, that's how it should be, but there's really no chance of rain today. Maybe a 15% chance. So here's the 1-2 pitch to Stinchcomb. Misses well outside to the backstop. Count moves to 2-2. Point still stands. It's a big deal that we ended up getting in a game yesterday, though, because the forecast at the beginning of the week showed Thursday for Collinsville and McAlester. It was supposed to rain pretty much all day. So the fact that it broke apart, we had a lot of sun at one point to get in one game. It's a pretty big deal. Here's the 2-2 to Stinchcomb. And he fouls it off on the outside pitch. He was able to foul it off to the first base dugout where Collinsville resides. Count still at 2-2. Got Karen Shackelford tuning in as well, saying, "Let's go Buffs." Thank you for tuning in. Got quite a people checking in on Facebook. Charlie Nosh, I hope I'm saying your name right, says, "Go Buffs." So does Cassie Bennett and Ryan Owens. Dale Mason all saying the same thing. Rodney Katie Stinchcomb tuning in as well. Count at 2-2. Spencer Stinchcomb trying to stay alive here. 2-2 pitch. Curveball, chopper, shortstop position. Charging in on is Brown. He fields it, throws to first in time for out number 1. That brings up Ethan Watkins.
Now batting the center fielder, number 10, Ethan Watkins.
Watkins struck out looking in his first at bat. He's batting 100 on the regional tournament, but that one hit kind of broke apart the game for McAlester yesterday against Grove. He had a double down the left field line. And looking back on it, that hit by him really put the game out of reach there. First pitch, curveball low outside, ball 1. Playing in on the infield grass is Badgewell. Now he's going to walk over to the third base bag a little bit to hug the line, because that is where Watkins hit that last ball. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball outside corner, called strike 1. First baseman Rush, he's playing even with the bag as well. Outfield average depth, average positioning here. Wind up in the 1-1 from Onco. Curveball swung on and missed. That's strike two. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ethan Watkins with 1 down in the bottom of the 5th. McAlester trailing 2-0. Setting up outside is Hollenbeck, the pitch. Curveball swung on and missed. Strike 3. And it brings up Jackson Lauerman. Lauerman, the left fielder, number 3, struck out swinging his first time up. That's the sixth strikeout from the Collinsville pitching staff. Lauerman trying to spark a 2-out rally here. Here's the windup in the first pitch to Lauerman. Showed bunt, pulled back, curveball, outside corner, strike 1. Lauerman against the Cardinals back on Wednesday. He went 0 for 1. He walked and flew out to left field, but if it wasn't for the great catch by Schloman, it would have been extra bases. Curveball misses low inside for ball 1. He made a diving catch in deep left center field. And even as Lauerman was rounding the first base back, he took off his helmet, tipped his cap over to Schloman. Schloman's not playing right field today. Moving over to right as Smith moved from right to center and Rivera entered the game into left field. The 1-1. Misses low, and the count is now at 2-1. Wind's starting to pick up a little bit here, but again, not enough for it to really make too much of a difference. When it is blowing in from right center. 2-1 the count. 2 down, bottom of the 5th, no one on for McAlester. Onco the windup, and the 2-1 pitch. Misses down in the dirt. That'll be ball 3. Hitters count for Jackson Lauerman. So Lauerman looking for one pitch he can hit. Lauerman on the season has walked 21 times. Time will be called by Lauerman. He's drawn 26 free passes, 21 walks, 5 hit by pitches. Lauerman back in the box with the count 3-1 on him. Onco working out the stretch here and deals. And misses low and outside. That'll be ball 4. So the tying run comes up to the plate for McAlester in the form of Gunnar Hodgel.
Now batting for the Buffaloes, a third baseman, number 11, Gunnar Hodgel.
Hodgel grounded out to short and is only at bat so far today. That is McAllister's marked out their third base runner in this game. Mullins walked for their first one. Then he had a single, and then now Lauerman walked. They haven't had an at-bat with a runner in scoring position today. Well, yeah, today, but this game. First pitch to Hodgel. Misses low and outside, ball 1. Hodgel on the regional tournament, he's 3 for 8. And he's had a really good last 5 games. He's been pretty good on the year. He's batting .303, but on the last 5 games, he's batted .364 as we have Hollenbeck go to speak with Onco. He has had 3 bunt singles this season, which leads the team in that stat. After the mound visit, again looking at Hodgel, .303 on the season, .433 on base percentage, 19 RBIs. If Lauerman gets to second base, he's batting .355 with runners in scoring and just 1 RBI below 20 at 19. He's walked quite a bit this year, too, 23 walks. First pitch, line drive, left center field. Looks like a good beat on it. It's a left fielder Rivera. Gets underneath it, makes the catch, and that'll be out number 3. Nice piece, but straight to Rivera. And McAllister's got 6 more outs to work with the top of the order lurking in the next inning. So it's 2-0. Collinsville leads McAlester as we head to the top of the 6th. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on KNED.
Hi, my name is Gail, and I invite you to T&W Tire, an Oklahoma-based company formed in 1987. In 2020, T&W Tire acquired the McAlester location, where Doug and I have worked for over 20 years, providing service to McAlester and the surrounding areas. Our trained technicians continue to provide quality service for brakes, suspension, and alignments, along with 24-hour road service. We carry Goodyear, Michelin, and many other brands to fit your budget. Stop by T&W Tire, Highway 69 and Peaceable Road, McAlester. Call 918-426-6571. Go Buffs!
Beat the heat with American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning and Freeze and Flare, your local champs for cool perfection. Proud McAlester Buffalo supporters. Score with financing offers upon approved credit. See dealer for details. Call 918-217-8785 or visit freezeandflare.com to hit it out of the park. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Freeze and Flare, your home comfort, home run. License number 0014445.
Here at Reagan Auto, we offer a variety of services for your vehicle needs. AC and heat repair, brakes, tires, front end repair, alignments, electrical repair, and everything in between. We are proud to offer a select line of engines and transmissions backed by a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide warranty. Give us a call at 918-715-3236 or stop by and speak to one of our advisors about how we can help. 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester. From the team at Reagan Auto, thanks for your business.
Leading off for Collinsville.
Welcome back to Collinsville, Oklahoma, here at Pat Colpitt Field, the regional championship here between the McAlester Buffaloes and the Collinsville Cardinals. Grady Smith will lead off the top of the 6th inning for the Cardinals. He is 1 for 2 with a double, the only extra base hit in this game so far. It'll be 9-1-2 up for the Cardinals. Also, I saw some stuff today. I haven't had any updates on how it's going, but I'll give you guys updates if I get them. So here's the first pitch from Shumway for the 6th inning, and it's up and outside for ball 1. Today was also match day for girls tennis at State. We had Erica Galvez and Taylor Williams. At Oklahoma City, they began their day at 8 in the morning as this next pitch misses outside. I haven't heard on how they're doing, but good luck, ladies. Rooting for you here from Collinsville, Oklahoma. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Shumway. Catches the outside corner for strike 1. Smith has struck out and doubled. And the game against McAlester on Wednesday went 0 for 1 with a walk, hit by a pitch, and also a ground out to short. 2-1 from Shumway. Misses outside. Count now a hitter's count, 3 balls and 1 strike to Grady Smith. 3-1 from Shumway. Pops it up, maybe playable. Foul territory. Phillips giving it a run and makes the catch near the on-deck circle for out number 1. I'll bring up Carson Duncan.
The second baseman, number 3, Carson Duncan.
At top of the order, second baseman number 3, Carson Duncan, is 0 for 2 so far. He's grounded out to third and grounded into a fielder's choice, 6-4. He walked in his last plate appearance. Duncan did go 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs against McAlester on Wednesday. Already in on the infield grass is Hodgel. Inching that way is the first baseman Mullins. First pitch, curveball fouled over towards the McAlester dugout, and that'll be strike 1. No balls, 1 strike here to Duncan from the lefty Aiden Shumway. Here's the windup and the 0-1 pitch. Fastball misses high, and the count is now 1 ball and 1 strike. Looking at Shumway, and this is unofficial, but out of pitchers that have pitched 10 innings or more this season, he leads the team in ERA. 1-1 misses high, and the count is now at 2-1. I mean, there's not a huge difference. I mean, just barely some ticks between Shumway, Mullins, and Lesnow, but Shumway officially, or like I said, unofficially, leader there amongst pitchers pitching 10 innings or more. Showing bunt, pulling back on the fastball, missing outside. Count is now at 3-1. He is now thrown in 24 innings. So here's the 3-1 pitch from Shumway. And that one misses the top half of the zone. And that will be a 5-pitch walk to Carson Duncan. McAllister's 8th walk issued in the game. Brings up Madison Onko, now the pitcher. He played center field in the game on Wednesday and also in the first half of this game yesterday. Trying to see, I don't know how many games. Shumway's pitched in now 13 games. I don't know how many of those are starts, though. I know he had the start against Sunrise Mountain in Arizona. I want to say he's had one or two more. Pick off over to first, runner takes off on the first pitch. He'll throw over to second, and there will be no throw. Mullins doesn't risk it because going on first movement was Carson Duncan, and the leg kick was just a little bit too long from Shumway, and it led to the stolen base. So a runner in scoring position for the Cardinals with one down in the top half of the 6th. Madison Onko has the only RBI today for the Cardinals. He had an RBI single in his second at bat. He's 1 for 2. Spin move over to second. Coincidentally, Madison Onko had the only RBI against McAlester last year when the two teams played on April 7th. It was a 2-0 win for the Cardinals. J.J. Burwell pitched in that game. He went 7 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Next pitch, curveball, misses low and outside. That'll be ball 1. Slightly showing bunt was Onko. Pulled it back. One 0 the count with the runner at second. Shumway takes a peek there, takes a second one, lifts the leg, and runner takes off at third. He's got all day. That's going to be a called strike 1 on the inside corner as the count moves to 1-1. On the long leg kick from Shumway, nearly already there at third base was Carson Duncan. So the infield will come in on the infield grass. Count at 1-1. Trying to keep that runner where he's at. On the 1-1 pitch, showing bunt, pulling back. Pitch misses high. That'll be ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike to Onko. McAlester has everyone available today with the exception of Gandon Mullins, Max Harmon, and Jackson Lauerman. The 2-1 pitch pops it up in the air. Shumway calls everyone off, makes the catch himself, and that'll be out number 2, and now the infield can back on up.
Now batting the shortstop, number 7, Bentley Brown.
Brings up Bentley Brown, who has walked, flown out to right, and struck out. So now McAllister's got a little bit of room on the infield. Hodgel takes a few steps behind the third base bag, and so does Mullins. Mullins playing near the outfield grass. Neither outfield has really shifted much today. Watkins is just playing a hair over to the left field area. First pitch to the righty Brown. Curveball inside corner, strike 1. Some pitchers like to go out of the windup when they have a runner at third or bases loaded or runners at second and third. Shumway staying out of the stretch here. Count at 0-1 to Bentley Brown. 2-0 Cardinal lead, top of the 6th. 2 down. The next pitch misses up and outside, ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. I think we never did a pitching change there for the Cardinals. We'll mention that when we come back in the bottom of the 6th because technically it was a pitching change. Curveball outside corner. Here's strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the Buffaloes trying to keep that runner stranded in scoring position. They were able to do it in the 5th. In the 4th and the 3rd, too. Can they do it in the 6th? Here's the 1-2 from Shumway. It'll be popped up and out of play. We'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes from Shumway to Bentley Brown. Brown had a good day against McAlester on Wednesday, going 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. He also walked and struck out. 1-2 the count to the 3-hole hitter Brown. Shumway gets the signs. And the pitch. Curveball misses low inside. Count at 2-2. Pretty beautiful view here at Pat Colpett Field. So here comes the 2-2 pitch from Shumway, trying to get out of the inning. The pitch. And misses down the dirt. Gets away from Phillips for just a tad bit. Carson Duncan thought about coming home. Took a few more steps towards that home plate area. But then retreats back as it didn't get too far away from Phillips. Duncan already showed to be a very aggressive runner, getting from first to third on stolen bases. But no, you got some residential areas behind the left field wall, but then you have off to your left pastures and ponds, and now you got livestock kind of eating over there too, grazing on the field. Count is full at 3-2. And the pitch from Shumway is driven over to right center field. Watkins will watch it go into the gap. It'll drive in a run. It makes it a 3-0 game. Watkins tries to get it in quickly, but it'll be an RBI double by by Bentley Brown. Bentley Brown with the RBI double, and it makes it a 3-0 score.
Now batting the catcher, number 14, Colton Hollenbeck.
The Buffaloes have done a really good job, with the exception of the second and now the sixth inning, of working out of jams. Cardinals could have really broken this game open in the third, fourth, not really the fifth, but they had the bases loaded in the fourth with one down. They had runners at the corners with one down in the third. McAlester got out of those unscathed. They had a runner at third in the fifth. But Bentley Brown comes up clutch with the RBI double to make it a 3-0 game. Brings up Colton Hollenbeck, who is 1-for-2. The cleanup hitter, but the last hitter to hit before we go back to who started this game, Jonathan Badgewell. He singled, walked, and struck out looking. First pitch, runner takes off for third. No miss low and inside. You can take him third easily will be Bentley Brown. It's the only problem with the high leg kick. You might feel more comfortable pitching that way because they're used to it that way. But when you do have the high leg kick, it leads to a lot of time for a runner to try to take a base. Count 1-0. The pitch from Shumway. Inside corner, called strike one. McAlester out of the third base dugout, just like where they're at their home field. Collinsville's home dugout is at first. The 1-1. Driven over to left field, down the line. Will it tail foul? It will. Would have been another run scored, would have been more extra bases, but this one tailed at the very end, sliced like my golf swing out to beyond the left field line, and the count's now at 1-2. Take it back, my golf swing goes right. Count is at 1-2. People ask me if I want to go golfing, and I say no, not because I don't want to hang out with them, because you don't want to see me chuck my 9-iron into the woods. Count is at 1-2 to Colton Hollenbeck. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball just missing. Count's now at 2-2. I don't think that missed high, and they've been giving the outside corner quite a bit today. It's been right around the black, though. Count is at 2-2. Deuce is wild. And the pitch to Hollenbeck. Curveball missing into the left-handed batter's box. Count's now full at 3-2. Runner at third, 2 down. 3-0 Collinsville lead. Top of the sixth inning. Shumway kicks and deals the pitch. Ground ball, third base side. Hodgel fields it. Throws over to first. In plenty of time for out number 3. But the Collinsville Cardinals get another run on an RBI double to right center field by Bentley Brown. McAlester down to their final 6 outs. They'll have the 9-1-2 batters up. Jordan Clark, Aiden Shumway, Caden Lesnow when we return here on KNED.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Welcome back to Pat Colbert Field in Collinsville, Oklahoma. McAlester is down 3-0 now. They have seen the Cardinals score 1 in the first, 1 in the second, and 1 in the sixth to take a 3-0 lead. McAllister's going to have the meat of their order coming up. They have Jordan Clark, who's popped out to the first baseman so far. Aiden Shumway is 0 for 2, and Caden Luss now 0 for 2 in this one. Maddox and Onko in for his second inning of work, and like I said, we technically had a pitching change. So here's the first pitch to Clark, and he grounds it over to the third base side. Nice snagging play by Badgewell. Gets up to his feet and throws out Jordan Clark at first base for out number 1. Great play by the third baseman Badgewell. And that brings up Aiden Shumway. He had to dig it out of the dirt and had a little bit of trouble getting up to his feet. And you know how hard it is to throw out a Jordan Clark running over to first, how fast he is. He was able to do it. Again, a pitching change brought to you by Jet Tire Service. They've been serving Pittsburgh County and beyond since 1962. They offer 18 major tire brands. Didn't mention that in the bottom of the fifth inning, but we technically had that with Onko coming in for Burwell. First pitch to Aiden Shumway, and he drives this one to right center field, and it will land between the right fielder Clark and the center fielder Watkins. He loves first pitch hits. That's his 14th of the season. He swings at a first pitch pretty much 1 out of every 2 first pitches. And it bloops into right center field, and it brings up Caden Luss now. McAlester with their second hit.
Number 2, Caden Luss now.
So we've had 2 pitches here in the bottom of the 6th so far, a ground out and a single. Luss now batting .379 coming into the game. 28 RBIs leads the team. Luss now waits, first pitch in the dirt. Ball 1. Luss now with a team-leading 19 extra base hits. What's crazy about that is the next closest person on the team has 10. So he almost does double the amount of the next closest guy. 9 of them triples, a McAlester baseball record. And time will be called before they can throw over to first base. And the ball, I believe, hit Shumway on a play that wouldn't have really counted. I think we just lost our field mic. That's great. I believe our batteries just ran out there. Showed full batteries when I put it down, but I might need double A's if you don't mind. I think these are gone too. We'll find out in between innings. And while we're looking at this, we missed a pitch. I think that was a strike. So that will move the count to 1 ball, 1 strike on Caden Luss now. Thank you so much.
I don't know if they're any good. They're probably really old.
They're probably better than what I have. Count even at 1-1 with Shumway at first base, and time will be called by Luss now. 1-1 the count. No, that's okay. I can get it. Thank you so much. 1-1. And the pitch to Shumway, or excuse me, Luss now. I'm all kinds of thrown off now. This will be fouled off into the backstop, and the count's now 1-2 on Caden Luss now. Luss now struck out, swinging and grounded out to short. So while I probably go switch out the batteries here in between innings, if you're watching on video stream, apologies to our sponsors. We might miss a couple of commercials. But they're playing on radio, we promise. 1-2 is the count. And stepping off will be Onko. One ball, 2 strikes to Les now. And the pitch, runner takes, nope, Shumway does not take off. Kind of jumped that way for a little bit, then comes back over to first as the ball gets into the dirt. And the count is actually 3-1. So the pitch that we missed was a ball, so it's 3-1. And Hollenbeck will go speak with Onko. We'd like to take this time to thank our sponsors, Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford, The Bank & A, OK Tire and Auto, Fenton Nissan, Angels Diner, T&W Tire, Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, and Reagan Auto. We thank you guys for putting us on the air, not just here in Game 38, but all 37 before it. 3-1 hitters count for Caden Lesnow. Does have 1 home run on the season. On deck, Gannon Mullins leads the team in homers. Here's the 3-1 from Onko. Fastball right down Broadway. Strike 2. Count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Shumway at first. 1 down. Bottom of the 6th inning. McAlester trailing by 3. Setting up outside, it's the catcher Hollenbeck. The 3-2 pitch. Pops it up. Shallow right field. Looks like the second baseman, that is Duncan, can get underneath it, and he does so for out number 2. And it brings up Gannon Mullins, who is 1 for 1 so far. He's walked and singled. He represents half of the base runners that the Buffaloes have had today. So first baseman now, Gannon Mullins. 2 down, runner at first. Tying run represented by the man on deck should Mullins get on base. Hugging the third base line and playing a little bit further back is Badgewell. First pitch, curveball. Looked like it rode the chalk, but they'll get the strike call. That's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike here to Mullins. Already setting up outside again is Hollenbeck. Time is called at the very last second. That one did cross the corner of the plate, but time was called first by Mullins. Count at 0-1. Onko delivers. Curveball, swing and a miss. That's strike 2. Mullins steps out of the box and takes a little bit of time to collect himself and will dig back in. The 3 pitches that he would have thrown to Mullins, and he's thrown 2 curveballs already, but the one on the timeout, that was a curveball as well. Does he go 4 straight here to Mullins? The pitch. No, goes back with a fastball, and it catches the outside corner for strike 3. And McAllister's down to their final 3 outs. We head to the top of the 7th inning. McAllister down 3-0 here on KNED.
Beat the heat with American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning and Freeze and Flare, your local champs for cool perfection. Proud McAlester Buffalo supporters. Score with financing offers upon approved credit. See dealer for details. Call 918-217-8785 or visit freezeandflare.com to hit it out of the park. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Freeze and Flare, your home comfort, home run. License number 001-44485.
Okay, we got the field mic back in working condition, hopefully for a little bit longer than what we had it here earlier today. But the score is 3-0. McAllister's down to their final 3 outs of the season and down 3-0 right now. Braden Phillips, Spencer Stinchcomb, and Ethan Watkins up 4, 5, 6 when they come up in the bottom half of the 7th. So it's Jonathan Badgewell up for the Collinsville Cardinals. They're also 3 outs away from punching, like I said, their 6th consecutive state tournament appearance as this first pitch misses up and outside for ball 1 to Badgewell, who started off the game with a single. Well, started off today with a single. Batting out the 5 spot, he's walked, flown out to left field, and singled. Next pitch, missing outside, ball 2. Buffalo still without a at bat with runners in scoring position. They had 8 against Collinsville on Wednesday, but couldn't get a hit there. 2-0. It's a high fly ball. Lauerman going back on it a little bit, but looks to camp underneath it, and that'll be a catch made for out number 1. And it brings up Talon Rush.
Now batting the first baseman, number 2, Talon Rush.
Rush is 0 for 3. He has struck out looking, grounded out to second, and grounded into a fielder's choice right back to the pitcher Shumway. So it's 3-0. Cardinals on top of McAlester. Again, for those on radio, if I got to keep on mentioning that. For those on video, you're probably thinking, man, why do you keep on repeating it? Here's the first pitch to Rush from the southpaw. Curveball misses up high for ball 1. Again, Rush went 1 for 2 against McAlester on Wednesday with a single and a ground out. It also was hit by a pitch. 1-0. Catching the lower inside part of the zone. Count moves now to 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss on the off speed from Shumway. Count moves to 1-2. Playing off the back a little bit over third is Hodgel. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Curveball, chopper to the third base side. Deep into the hole. It'll be backhanded by Les now. Throws across his body to first, but not in time. Just beating it out over the first base side with an infield single is Talon Rush. Les now made a heck of an effort and threw it on a dime. It was deep into the shortstop spot. He didn't make a Jeter-type throw, but he threw, just completely didn't have any time to set his feet. He was still falling over the way to the third base side. And still, like I said, couldn't have thrown a strike better. But beating it out was Rush. Brings up Preston Willis. The runner at first and 1 down. First pitch, line drive, right center field. Watkins going after it. It will fall into the outfield grass, and it'll be back-to-back base hits. And that brings up Cal Schloman.
Cal Schloman.
Schloman is 0 for 2. He has walked, grounded out to second, and popped up to the third baseman. And we'll have looks like that's going to be a pinch runner. Number 8, Parker Collins.
Parker Collins.
So Parker Collins will be the pinch runner. That's not a courtesy runner, pinch runner for Preston Willis. Runners at first and second with 1 down, top half of the 7th inning. McAlester trailing 3-0. Mullins at first playing in front of the runner. Outfield shifted to the right with righty up here. Spin move by Shumway just to see what the runner at second does. Collinsville's been very aggressive on the base paths with Shumway on the mound so far with his high leg kick at times. Goes with it again. First pitch will miss down low and outside for ball 1. First base coach saw something or just remembered something and goes to tell Parker Collins at first. Wouldn't be surprised if they take off here. Count at 1-0. And they don't. The next pitch, missing inside. And the count goes to 2-0. And Braden Phillips to go speak with his fellow senior, Aiden Shumway. So, again, setting up the situation. Runners at first and second, top half of the seventh. Collinsville up at the plate, leading 3-0 on McAlester. Trying to get some insurance runs to win the regional championship. McAlester, for their best chance to, obviously, to come back and win the game, they got to keep this deficit at just 3. Collinsville pitchers have just been dynamite against McAlester in the last 2 seasons. McAlester has scored only 1 run in, let's do some math here, 18 innings of play. Next pitch up and outside for ball 3. They were shut out in 7 innings against J.J. Burwell last year. 1 run against J.T. Davis on Wednesday. And so far being shut out here today. 3-0. Outside corner fastball, strike 1. Hitters count still for Cal Schloman. Runner still at first and second. Setting up down the middle of the plate is Phillips. And here's the hitters count 3-1 with the slide step. Swung on and missed with the changeup falling off the table. Count moves to full at 3-2. Shumway looking for a big strikeout here. On deck is Grady Smith. And the 3-2. Pops it up, maybe playable, foul territory. Running out after it is both the first baseman Mullins as it lands just by the netting. But again, it's a big backstop, big foul territory here at Pat Colpett Field. Just out of reach as both Mullins and Phillips gave chase. Landed about 5, not even that, maybe a few feet from the first base dugout. That's in McAlester that probably lands on top of the press box. Count is at full at 3-2. Shumway will do it again. Here's the payoff. And it misses high, and the bases are loaded. Walk to Cal Schloman brings up Grady Smith, who is 1 for 3. He had a double to deep left center field. And he'll speak with his third base coach before he comes up to the plate. So, bases are loaded, 1 down, top of the 7th inning. 3-0 score for the Cardinals. They have a chance to really break away here. Today, this game, it's just been the free pass problem again. 9-2 in favor of Collinsville. Infield is in on the infield grass. All coming home no matter who it goes to. First pitch from Shumway. Upper outside, called strike 1. Sun is starting to peek through over here in Collinsville. First time we've seen it today. Saw a lot of it yesterday, and all of a sudden storms just started popping up here in northeast Oklahoma. Count is at 0-1. Shumway the pitch. And fouled off over towards the McAlester dugout. Count quickly to 0-2 on Smith. Top of the order is on deck with Carson Duncan, who's already walked twice. No balls, 2 strikes. Setting up insides Phillips. The 0-2. Curveball, pop-up, center field. This should be enough to score. Let's see what Ethan Watkins can do. He fields it. Here comes the throw from center field. It's cut off the third of the plate. Came out of the hand wrong of Gannon Mullins. I don't think it would have been in time anyway. But tagging up are both the runners at first and second. And it's a sac fly by Grady Smith. It was cut off by Mullins. It would have... I still think he beats it out even if he didn't cut it off. Even if he does field it cleanly and fires over to home, I still think he beats it out. Maybe it would have been a close play. Watkins gave it his best shot, just not in time, and now it's a 4-0 lead. Runners at second and third as they both tagged up and advanced. And the top of the order up for Carson Duncan, who's 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts and 2 walks. The pitch from Shumway. Misses down the dirt. Ball 1. It's just been a problem so far for McAllister's pitching staff this season is just the free passes. For the first time in a few years, they're more than likely going to finish the season with more than strikeouts. Here comes the 1-0. That's very close. Misses the high strike call. Shumway wanted it. Does not get it, and the count goes to 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. And the pitch from Shumway. Popped up and out of play over towards the concession stands. Counts now at 2-1. There are 2 down, runners at second and third. Buffaloes, if they can get base runners, can still change the game with one swing of the bat, and that's why they want to keep this at a 4-0 game. 2-1. Pitch misses high for ball 3. There's a big difference between it being a 4-0 game and a 5-0 game. Because there is no 5-run home run, but there are grand slams that can change a game. 3-1, the count and the pitch. Ground ball down the third base line, but foul. We've actually seen a grand slam make a big difference here at Collinsville. The last time McAlester won at Collinsville, might be mistaken. I thought it could be either a 3-run home run or it was a grand slam by Ethan Gillespie at the time. It gave McAlester an 8-7 win. I was just looking at that not too long ago. Maybe in the last couple of weeks, Blake Martin went the full 7 innings to take down the Cardinals at Pat Colbert Field back when the 2 were in district play a few seasons ago. This one's fouled off to the backstop. And the count is still full at 3-2. Duncan kind of reaching over to protect the plate. We'll do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three and 2. Shumway pauses, kicks, fires. The pitch misses the outside corner, and that will be ball 4.
Now batting the pitcher, number 22, Madison Onko.
And that's the 3rd walk issued to Carson Duncan. And I will say that an outside pitch has been called a lot, and that's the reason why Hollenbeck is also set up on the outside part of the plate with his glove there the entire time today. Shumway does not get that call, and the count will lead to a walk and put the bases loaded for Madison Onko. Onko has gone 1 for 3 with an RBI single, grounded out to second, and popped up on a bunt attempt to the pitcher. First pitch with the bases loaded, curveball right down the middle, strike 1. Shumway now that's his 3rd inning of work. That was his 73rd pitch. And the 0-1. Curveball misses up and inside, ball 1. Onko trying to help out his own cause here. He's on the mound trying to close things out for the Cardinals. It would technically be a save no matter what the score is because he would have been pitching in 3 straight innings for 9 outs. Here's the 1-1. Ground ball, shortstop position. Les now fields, flips to second, and it's dropped by Stinchcomb. And another run will score. That will go down as an E4. Dropped by Stinchcomb at second base. And that will score another run and make it 5-0. And that brings up to the plate. That's number 7, Bentley Brown. Brown has walked, flown out to right, struck out swinging, and hit an RBI double.
Number 20, Spencer Cubs, courtesy runner.
Number 20, Spencer Cubs, courtesy running for Madison Onko. Over at first base, the bases are still loaded. Bentley Brown already has an RBI double today, hit it in the 6th inning, last inning. First pitch, fastball misses outside for ball 1. McAlester will have a lot of work to do in the bottom of the 7th. They want to push this to an if necessary game. So 1-0 the count. And the pitch Ground ball, shortstop position, another chance. Les now flips over to second base. This one's caught, and that'll be out number 3. But 2 more runs scored by the Collinsville Cardinals, as that one is a 6-4 fielder's choice. McAlester season is on the line. They need to score 5 to send this thing to extras. They need to score 6 to win it. We'll see what happens when we come back here on KNED.
Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub serves great breakfasts all day and juicy burgers too. Angel's Diner also serves brick oven pizza on Friday and Saturday nights from 5 p.m. to close. Angel's Steaks are certified Angus beef, and the pub offers beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner make it Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub. 1402 South George Knight Expressway, McAlester. Call 918-423-2633. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like us on Facebook.
Hi, my name is Gail, and I invite you to T&W Tire, an Oklahoma-based company formed in 1987. In 2020, T&W Tire acquired the McAlester location, where Doug and I have worked for over 20 years, providing service to McAlester and the surrounding areas. Our trained technicians continue to provide quality service for brakes, suspension, and alignments, along with 24-hour road service. We carry Goodyear, Michelin, and many other brands to fit your budget. Stop by T&W Tire, Highway 69 and Peaceable Road, McAlester. Call 918-426-6571. Go Buffs!
Here at Reagan Auto, we offer a variety of services for your vehicle needs. AC and heat repair, brakes, tires, front end repair, alignments, electrical repair, and everything in between. We are proud to offer a select line of engines and transmissions backed by a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide warranty. Give us a call at 918-715-3236 or stop by and speak to one of our advisors about how we can help. 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester. From the team at Reagan Auto, thanks for your business.
To the bottom of the 7th we go. McAlester has 3 more outs left in their season to try to make a comeback. Put those rally caps on, Buff fans. It's the middle of the order up for McAlester. Braden Phillips, Spencer Stinchcomb, Ethan Watkins. For Phillips and Watkins, they're hoping that these are not their final at-bats of their high school careers. Phillips is 0 for 2 so far today. He's flown out to short and struck out swinging. He was the last batter before we had our suspended game that pushed us to today. First pitch to Phillips is right down the middle, strike 1 for Maddox and Onco. For Onco, he's going for the 3-inning save. If someone were to come in for him, that would not constitute a save for whoever did come in. The count is 0-1 and the pitch to Phillips. Gets the outside corner call for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Hollenbeck set up way outside. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Buffalo's down to their final 2 outs. And that brings up Spencer Stinchcomb, who's 0 for 2. He's flown out to the first baseman and grounded out to short.
Now batting the second baseman, number 1, Spencer Stinchcomb.
Stinchcomb again 0 for 2. McAllister's had 2 hits today. It's been dynamite performance all regional tournament by the Collinsville pitching staff. First pitch misses up high for ball 1. They actually went down in the first inning to Memorial 1-0, and since then have outscored their opponents 35-1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Missing down low. Count goes to 2-0. Watkins on deck is 0 for 2. Lauerman, should he come up to the plate, is 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Setting up outside is Hollenbeck. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Fastball right on the edge for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two and 1 the count. Again, Hollenbeck set up right on the outside part of the plate. The 2-1 pitch. This one misses outside. Now a hitter's count for Stinchcomb at 3-1. Buffalo's down to their final 2 outs, trying to spark a 5-run comeback. They've had some wild ones this year. Can they make one more? 3-1. Pitch misses outside, and it's going to be a 5-pitch walk to Spencer Stinchcomb. So he'll take his base, and it brings up Ethan Watkins.
Now batting the center fielder, number 10, Ethan Watkins.
Watkins is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. McAlester struck out 8 times today, in the game. Stinchcomb at first base. Coming set. And the pitch. Watkins shows bunt. Gets it down straight over to Onko. It actually goes to the catcher. Hollenbeck. He'll throw over to first. And beating it out down the first base line is Ethan Watkins. Bunt single by Ethan Watkins. And McAlester has runners at first and second with 1 down for Jackson Lauerman.
Now batting for the Buffaloes.
Onko was charging after it at first. Hollenbeck.
Lauerman.
I don't know if he called him off, but he went after it. It was about the midway point between the mound and the plate. And beating it out was Ethan Watkins. McAllister's 3rd hit of the game. Brings up senior Jackson Lauerman. McAllister 6 out of their 9 starters today, seniors. Trying to extend their season. First baseman Rush was playing in front of the runner, now backs up. Now Lauerman shows bunt. This one's a little bit harder to the pitcher. Onko will flip it over to first base, and that'll be in time for out number 2. Buffalo's down to their final out. That'll officially work down as a sack bunt for Lauerman. A 1-3 sack bunt brings up Gunnar Hodgel.
Now batting the third baseman, number 11, Gunnar Hodgel.
The Cardinals 1 out away. Runners at second and third for McAllister. This is their first official at-bat with runners in scoring. The sack bunt by Lauerman did not count as an at-bat. What can Hodgel do with it? First pitch from Onko. Fastball missing high, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Buffalo's trying to bring in those runs to try to cut the deficit down. 1-0 delivery. Fastball catches the upper part of the zone. That'll be strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Hodgel. Hodgel again batting .355 with runners in scoring, has 19 RBIs. And he'll step off. And Hollenbeck will go speak with Onko. For Onko, he has now thrown 40 pitches, doing just fine. Trying to close out the game to send the Cardinals to their 15th state tournament. Count even at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 down. And the pitch from Onko. Curveball misses high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Hodgel waiting in the box here for Onko. He gets signs from Hollenbeck. The 2-1 pitch to the junior. Fastball, line drive, right center field. This one will land. It might score 2. Scoring, now rounding second, is Watkins. He will score with ease, and that's a 2 RBI single for Gunnar Hodgel, and the Buffaloes are still alive. Excellent piece of hitting on the fastball low in the zone. Takes it to the opposite field, and McAllister pulls it within 3. Brings up Jordan Clark.
Now batting the right fielder, number 5, Jordan Clark.
So 5-2 the score. Should Clark get on, the tying run would be at the plate for Aiden Shumway at the top of the order. First pitch from Onko. Misses way outside. That'll be ball 1. Clark out the 9-hole, the only underclassman in the starting lineup. Can the sophomore come through? The 1-0. Fastball misses low outside. Ball 2. McAllister now with half of their hits here in the 7th. And a 5-2 score. Next pitch. Pops it up, but behind the press box, counting out 2-1. Two balls, one strike. Decently to first base by Hodgel. And the 2-1. Misses high, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Top of the order waiting. Aiden Shumway has gone 1 for 3 so far. And Shumway batting just around 300 on the regional tournament. Hitters count for Jordan Clark. 3-1 pitch. Right down the middle, strike 2. Buffalo's down to their final strike. Runner will be taken off with the pitch. Collinsville gets loud. McAlester trying to cheer for their batter, Jordan Clark. The 3-2. Line drive left field. The Buffaloes stay alive. Hodgel rounds second. He goes back to the second base bag, and it's a 2-out single by Jordan Clark on a 3-2 pitch. That's Clark's first hit of the regional tournament. And it comes to the most important part of the game.
That's the leadoff for the Buffaloes. Next up, the pitcher, number 21, Aiden Shumway.
And it brings up Aiden Shumway, representing the tying run here in his senior season. Cardinals 5, Buffaloes 2. Shumway has been the team's leading guy in batting average pretty much all season. Comes into the game at .413. Les now on deck. First pitch. Curveball pops it up shallow center field. Coming in on it is Smith. Smith makes the catch, and the Collinsville Cardinals are still swinging. The Buffaloes made a late push, but the Birds punched their 6th consecutive state tournament ticket and their 15th, their 9th in their last 15 seasons. And they end the McAlester Buffalo season with a record of 21-17. McAlester fought down to the very last pitch, but a fly out to center field ends the game. Cardinals advance to 30-4. And the final score once again, 5-2. Cardinals defeat the McAlester Buffaloes, trying to spark a late rally, but just ran out of outs. And that will be it for the 2024 McAlester Buffaloes. We'll talk a little bit more about the season finale, when we return here on KNED.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula, and let us make it happen for you.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
At Fenton Nissan of McAlester, our commitment to service and customer satisfaction is still as strong today as it was in 1950. Over 60 years in the auto industry, and we still believe there is nothing better than best. The best product and the best deal. It's not about how many vehicles we can sell or service. It's about being passionate about customer service and helping others. We're willing to go that extra mile every time, and we love talking with people from all walks of life who have different interests, needs, and expectations. Come see us at 1441 South George Nye Expressway in
Angel's
McAlester.
Diner Steakhouse and Pub serves great breakfasts all day and juicy burgers too. Angel's Diner also serves brick oven pizza on Friday and Saturday nights from 5 p.m. to close. Angel's Steaks are certified Angus beef, and the pub offers beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner make it Angel's Diner Steakhouse and Pub, 1402 South George Nye Expressway, McAlester. Call 918-423-2633. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like us on Facebook.
Hi, my name is Gail, and I invite you to T&W Tire, an Oklahoma-based company formed in 1987. In 2020, T&W Tire acquired the McAlester location, where Doug and I have worked for over 20 years, providing service to McAlester and the surrounding areas. Our trained technicians continue to provide quality service for brakes, suspension, and alignments, along with 24-hour road service. We carry Goodyear, Michelin, and many other brands to fit your budget. Stop by T&W Tire, Highway 69 and Peaceable Road, McAlester. Call 918-426-6571. Go Buffs!
Well, only one team each year gets to end their season off with a win. And unfortunately for the McAlester Buffaloes, it's not them. They showed a lot of grit late into the bottom of the seventh inning, getting what was 3 out of their 5 hits in the game against the Collinsville Cardinals in the bottom of the seventh, 2 of them coming with 2 down, including a 2 RBI single by Gunnar Hodgel. But again, just the runs that the Cardinals scored once we restarted play today, the 1 in the 6th and the 2 in the 7th, were enough to be able to take down the McAlester Buffaloes. And what it came down to, again, was just free passes. McAlester had 10 today. The Collinsville Cardinals, and between J.J. Burwell, Maddox, and Onko in the game, only gave up 3. So that's pretty much what. In Collinsville, they had the timely hits pretty much all throughout their 2 games they had against McAlester. We mentioned they went 6 for 10 with runners in scoring position on Wednesday. They had some big hits back in the second inning, because the first one was scored on a walk and then the wild pitch. Second inning, they had a clutch RBI base hit to be able to extend their lead to 2-0. They had a big-time base hit as well, RBI double by Bentley Brown. Sack fly also scored another run. McAlester didn't have a base hit, or didn't have an at-bat with the runner in scoring position until Gunnar Hodgel came up. And he was representing the last batter for McAlester. The season was on the line for Gunnar Hodgel. That was their first at-bat with runners in scoring position. And he came up. He had a 2 RBI single, and it made it a little bit more interesting. Jordan Clark got his first hit of the regional tournament by driving it over to the left field area. But then, again, first pitch to Aiden Shumway flew out to shallow center field, and that was it. Cardinals advanced their 15th state tournament appearance. They've punched their 6th consecutive ticket. They've gone to 9 out of the last 15, and they are going to be going back near the Metro for a chance to win their 2nd state championship. But again, we'll talk a little bit more about McAlester here in a little while. Let's look at our post-game stats, which are brought to you by Big V Feed Center. See Big V Feed Center at McAlester, Hadco Farm and Ranch in Kiowa, and Chakota Wholesale Feed Company in Chakota for your spring feeding program needs. We'll start off with the Collinsville Cardinals, advanced to 30-4 on the season. Leading it off, the second baseman, number 3, Carson Duncan, went 0-2 with 3 walks and 2 groundouts. Maddox and Onko went 1-4 with an RBI single and a second at bat. Bentley Brown went 1-4 with an RBI double. Colton Hollenbeck went 1-3. Jonathan Badgewell went 1-3. Talon Rush went 1-4. Preston Willis 1-3. Cal Schloman 0-2. And Grady Smith 1-3 with an RBI. No one had more than 1 hit. They did have 7 hits in the game. 7 out of their 9 batters had hits, so yeah, everybody that had a hit just had 1 apiece. It was a team effort there by the Cardinals when it came to their hits. Same way for McAlester, too, when it came to their 5 hits. We'll get to them in a moment. J.J. Burwell ends up getting the win for the Collinsville Cardinals, pitching the first 4 innings. Maddox and Onko got the 3-inning save. So it was 7 hits for the Cardinals, 8 strikeouts between J.J. Burwell and Maddox Anonko, 3 walks, no errors by the Collinsville Cardinals. McAlester Buffaloes in their season 21-17, as Aiden Shumway went 1 for 4, Caden Lussnow went 0 for 3, Gandon Mullins 1 for 2, Braden Phillips 0 for 3, Spencer Stinchcomb 0 for 2 with a walk, Ethan Watkins 1 for 3 with a bunt single, Jackson Lauerman 0 for 1 with a strikeout, a walk, and a sac bunt. Gunnar Hodgel went 1 for 3 with a 2 RBI single with 2 outs in the 7th. Jordan Clark went 1 for 3 with a single as well. The Buffaloes' loss goes to Gannon Mullins. There were 5 hits by the Buffaloes, 5 strikeouts between Mullins and Shumway, but 10 free passes. All 10 of them were walks, and 1 error by McAlester that led to one of the runs scored. So that is the Buffalo season. It ends here at Pat Colbert Field in Collinsville, Oklahoma. We say goodbye to 7 awesome seniors, and man, they have been such a pleasure to watch grow throughout their high school careers. A lot of them I've got to call plenty of their games, not just baseball either. I got to see a lot of them play football as well. And I even think 1 or 2 of them played some basketball too at their freshman year. But yeah, the McAlester Buffaloes, we say goodbye to Jaden Cheney, Aiden Shumway, Gandon Mullins, Braden Phillips, Caden Lussnow, Ethan Watkins, Jackson Lauerman. I can't say enough about these kids. Their character shows a lot when I'm over in Arizona and I'm kind of by myself, and I've never been out west before, and their team is waiting for them on the bus, and they come over to celebrate a 6-0 win with me on their first day of the Arizona tournament, and they say, hey, we'll help you out with your stuff. And while their whole team's waiting on them on the bus, they helped me carry my stuff, and they did that the entire Arizona tournament. They did it for me at home when they saw me. Anytime that I was outside the press box, and even when I was in the press box, they would come over to me and they'd say, hey, what's up, BG? And that's the worst part about this job is you have to say goodbye to the seniors that graduate and go on to do bigger and better things. But we thank them for all the time and effort that they put into the McAlester baseball program, and we wish them the best of luck moving forward. We're always going to be in y'all's corner no matter where life takes you. So, thank you, seniors, for all that you've done, and for the juniors through freshmen that are going to be moving up the ranks, and even the 8th graders that are going to be coming up into the 9th grade spot. Buffaloes are going to be waiting for you. This is a historic program for McAlester. Standards are going to be the same no matter how the turnover is. But McAlster's going to be able to get to grow a little bit, and let's see if we can make these seniors proud for sure. So we'd like to thank our sponsors one final time: Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford, The Bank and A, OK Tire and Auto, Fenton Nissan, Angels Diner, T&W Tire, Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, and Reagan Auto. Thank you guys for putting us on the air, not just today, but all season long, because I'm telling you guys, if you're listening right now to this, whether you're on radio, whether you're on the video stream, please go do your business with one of these 8 sponsors, 8 awesome sponsors, or one of our live read sponsors, because I can tell you one thing, this does not happen. We do not get to go to all 38 games of the baseball season if it's not for those guys. So same way for basketball and football. When you hear those sponsors, try to take your business to them, and maybe you don't need any of their businesses at that time. Really, find their number on Google, call them up and say thank you for sponsoring from McAlester Baseball, because they are the backbone of what really makes this happen. So we thank our sponsors greatly for putting us on the air all season long. And this is the first season I've got, people wonder, Brandon, you get to go to a lot of McAlester games. This is actually the first ever season from when I started with McAlester in 2017-2018 season for McAlester Athletics that I've gotten to go to every single football, girls and boys basketball, and baseball game. Didn't miss a single one. I'm proud of that, and I always try to make it to everyone, but sometimes you have conflicts in schedules, and you have one team in the playoffs, and you got to go to the playoff game over a regular season game, and we just don't get to make it, or my daughter was born on a football game, so you don't always get to make all the games, but I'm really glad I got to do it this year, and I proud to be with Buffalo, that's for sure. I'm proud to be an alumni of McAlester baseball and McAlester High School in general. So we'd like to thank also our board operator for sticking with us. I mean, he was with us all day yesterday. I think about how long we were on the air and kind of around the area. Wyatt Hubbard was a trooper yesterday, and we thank him so much for being at the KND studios and working with us through all that we went through. And thank you, the listener, for spending your Friday afternoon, Thursday night with us and all season long, because thank you for coming along with the journey with us. We can't thank you guys enough. And one final time from the 2024 season here at Pat Colbert Field in Collinsville, Oklahoma, it was the Collinsville Cardinals 5 and your McAlester Buffaloes 2. Until football season rolls around, this is Brandon Green saying don't just have a great season, or don't just have a great day. Have a Buffalo day, everybody.